It looks like poisoned poop apple. Hey guys, I'm Tiffany. I'm the co-events coordinator. My pronouns are she, her. I'm a senior. Wait, that's like the wrong order. I'm the co-events coordinator at Piedmont Hills Interact, and I'm also the co-outreach coordinator for District 5170.
Nice. Hi everyone, my name is Wei Yi. I'm a senior and I'm a co-event coordinator at Piedmont Hills High School. I am not a DC.
And welcome to today's Intercast episode.
Yay!
Yay!
Today we'll be making some unagi onigiri.
And some Dubai chocolate strawberries.
Or try to.
Or try to, yeah.
Or try to.
Okay.
So while we do this, we're gonna go and answer some of our most frequently asked questions.
Yes.
We're gonna answer our most frequently asked questions and feast.
Yes. So, what's the next question? Okay, so the first question is, how can I continue Interact after high school? So Interact is a service-based organization that is sponsored by Rotary International, which is also a service organization, but it's for adults. And so after high school, once you graduate, you can always start a Rotaract club in college, which is essentially like Rotary, but it's the college level. So it's also sponsored by Rotary International. So, and there's a lot of them. For example, UC Davis has one, UC Berkeley, SJSU. There's a lot of Rotary clubs out there, but if your college doesn't have one, then you can always start your own. And after college, you can also join a local Rotary club. There are around 35,000 Rotary clubs in many countries, like almost every country. So Rotary International is a pretty large organization all around the world. So everywhere you go, you will meet people in Rotary. Yes.
Yeah.
Now on to the next question.
Now on to the next question.
On to the next question, guys.
Whoever's editing.
Yeah.
What if we just give it to Mason?
We should.
He's gonna make us look weird.
It's okay.
Okay, so the next question is, how can you get more involved with Interact? So there are various ways that you can actually get involved. Like for starters, you can start at a club, like a normal high school club level, which includes your normal club positions such as like PHHS Interact, where we're from, what we're doing it for right now. Or you could go to a higher level, which is like district council, which is where Tiffany's at. And there are also various events that you can attend to that helps you, I guess, meet other interactors from throughout the district or throughout like different cities. Different cities in California, such as RILA, Power, FLC, MPM.
So if you do want to get involved in DC or whatever Interact position, know that usually Interact experience is preferred but not required. Honestly, really all it takes, this is taken straight from the words of DC. All you really need is passion, the dedication, and the willingness to put your effort in, especially when you have other things to balance. And yeah, just the willingness to do whatever it takes, because whatever you put in is what you'll make of it.
So if you make it personal, on a more personal level, then you'll connect more with it. Is that kind of where you're going?
And more basically whatever your job is or your position is, you can either just do the bare minimum, or you could establish goals or do new things to improve Interact as a whole, but that really depends on what you want to do in your position.
So it's kind of like our position as event coordinators, because we kind of have the freedom to do whatever we want to make the position ours. And I feel like and that kind of really adds on to the whole take of how Interact can help build your character, not just to show that I guess put yourself in a position where it's oh, I'm doing something greater, but it's kind of self-fulfilling too.
Next question. You gotta read it, cause
So how do I stay connected with Rotarians?
Okay, so this question is really interesting because not a lot of especially not a lot of new Interact members know this, but we have advisors, and oftentimes, for example, each Interact club is sponsored by a specific Rotary club, and our district as a whole is sponsored by our Rotary District 5170, and so there are so many Rotarians that help us continue to like manage our club and do what we do. So, and these Rotarians are just like ordinary people, not ordinary people. Wait, what am I saying? Rotarians, like, on one side, like, they're part of Rotary, but on the other side, they're like business leaders, they're healthcare professionals. They have so many other things that make them so unique, like each and every one of them. And so that's why like Interact is really a place where you can make a lot of connections, especially with adults. So if you ever want to like have the opportunity to meet those people, there are certain like service opportunities that they do have where they can connect interactors with Rotarians. Also, usually every Rotary club has like a sort of like monthly club meeting where they like have updates and stuff. And if you contact like the club president or the youth service chair of each like Rotary club, you can attend those meetings, and oftentimes you may get to speak or even just be there in general and meet like all the other attendees there. But yeah, there's a lot of opportunities. Also, like on district council in general, you do have the opportunity to work with a lot of advisors, because they're kind of helping you like lead the way for other interactors. And so if you really want like to make those new like relationships and bonds, DC is also one of like a really great way to do that.
Yeah, that was really well said. I mean, it's crazy to know or like to think about the fact that they're already so dedicated to their community, yet they add in like Rotary, and then they're taking it to the next level. Like it's kind of like seeing your teacher outside of school.
Yeah.
I'm just too focused on eating.
I know. Bro, I'm so hungry.
So good.
Wait, why is yours so beautiful? Mine's like,
What do you mean? You just glopped a bunch of green over it.
mine's like so scary.
Wait, should we show them?
I don't think they can see.
If you want to see, we can't see.
So, the 2024 to 2025 district projects are our international project called Heartbeats of Hope, and our community project, which is called Ignite Ambition. So, essentially, our international project is about raising funds to help fund open heart surgeries for children in Vietnam through this organization or nonprofit called Vena Capital Foundation. And so yeah, all the clubs in Interact will be allocating most of their funds to that goal. And
I think the goal is like $50,000 for like in total.
yeah. I think
Okay, I'll resay it. But the goal is basically for all the clubs to raise at least $50,000 to dedicate into this project itself.
and our second one is essentially like allowing a better access to like education. And so Interact clubs will have the opportunity to get involved in that, either as like tutors or like participating in book drives, things that will help create easier access for students to get more resources for education.
And the main goal is to just provide like low-income students to have the same, I guess, equal opportunities as the rest of us do.
Yes.
And it's like you don't have to be actively involved in like specific Interact-driven like activities where Interact clubs bring like high school students to go volunteer other places. But it's like you can also take the initiative to just go help out whenever you can. So like if you ever have any friends or family friends who reach out and need help tutoring, that can also be just like another way for you to put yourself in, not put yourself in the shoes of, but like participate with Interact.
In that goal.
Yeah, in the goal. So that's it with the questions, but we're gonna hop on into the next section and we're just gonna be talking about our own personal journeys in Interact as seniors who've been in Interact for
A long time.
a really long time.
Yeah, so I can start. I remember joining Interact with Youth Act, and it was, I think it was like, let me remember. I don't really have that many specific memories from Youth Act, but I do remember that we did a lot of like carnation grams or like Valentine's grams, which was really cool. I think that's how I got to know like Youth Act. And then basically the Youth Act coordinator was like, "Oh, you should join Interact," and I was like, "Okay." But
Okay, I'll do it.
okay. And then basically before I became a freshman, I went to that year's MPM, and I was like, yeah, I was really nervous because like I felt like everyone was like super old. I mean, like older than me.
Oh my god.
Older than me. But it turned out really nice. Like I remember this like specific moment where like I was alone because I didn't have any friends. Yeah. And then basically there were these like area directors and they asked if they could sit with me, and then it all became like a huge circle with just like all of DC like around in the show. Yeah, and I was like,
nice.
I was like, damn, that's like really nice. Like
They like locked you in.
yeah, they locked me
you
in.
before freshman year.
Yeah, and so I was like, okay, I'm joining Interact because I just felt like it was so welcoming. So I joined Interact my freshman year, and I was a board member at the time. And then I've served until now, and this year I joined Daydream DC, so that was really nice. And honestly, I feel like, is that my hair? Bro, I can't do this. I feel like being able to, because our officer board, there's been people that have been in Interact since like middle school, and so I feel like we've all grown up with each other, and it's really nice like seeing everyone grow up like in Interact and seeing how Interact has changed over the years. And I also feel like it's really different when you join like a club, or not club, but like a group where you don't really know anyone. So that was also me when I joined Daydream DC. But I do not regret applying, and I really love like how many like bonds you can make there, and it's also like really special because it's like almost like a once in a lifetime opportunity where you can create like an impact so big when you're like only a high schooler, especially when it's like mostly youth led with like all other like really talented, amazing high schoolers. So yeah, I think it like pretty much like changed my life.
Oh, that's really sweet. You felt, because that was your perspective when you went to Sierra. So at Piedmont Middle, I had a completely different experience.
Really?
I didn't join when I was in 6th grade, but I know I had a friend who did join when they were in 6th grade, and they really ended up loving it. That in 7th grade, I was like, I'll change it. I'm actually gonna go to the Tuesday meetings after school. Because like in middle school, you wouldn't stay after school. Like you want to go home. But I realized like how I think our advisor, he made it look really fun, and it was kind of just like a moment to hang out. So that's what hooked me into Interact initially. And then I remember the specific time we were writing cards for like children in hospitals, and I had no idea how big of like an event this actually is. I thought we were just writing like cards because like when I was younger, I didn't understand like what a club actually does. Like Interact is so much bigger than just like meeting on Tuesdays in this one tiny classroom. But so when I got to freshman year Interact, that was probably my second year going to FLC.
Ooh.
Because I went in 7th grade.
Oh, it was in middle school? Oh my god.
Yeah.
Wait, how was it? Because I only went my first time was freshman year.
I think freshman year was my second time, but I only went back because I loved it so much the first time.
Really?
Because at FLC you can see like, you see all the high school, as a middle schooler, like a really young middle schooler, you watch all the high schoolers and you're seeing them interact with each other. Oh, that's really funny. You're watching them talk to each other as if they've been like friends for so long. And then I asked like, because my youth act coordinators were taking us around, and whenever we asked them, hey, like, have you guys been friends for a long time? They're like, no, we just met.
What the heck?
And you're like, dude, if you can make friends like that at an event that easily, that's like honestly such a pretty good thing. Because as an introvert, it's like really difficult to make friends without feeling scared, because I feel intimidated by everyone, so I never approach people first. But I think that's what changed in Interact. When in my sophomore year I applied to be a board member. I got rejected the first time. Dude,
Why?
I didn't even practice for the first time. That's why I got rejected. But I think when I actually became a board member and I had to start finding activities, interacting with you, like talking to the coordinator, that scared me so much. Like it was such a big, I thought it was like a big commitment. I'm gonna lose a lot of my time. But actually no, I ended up gaining more time. I gained so many more connections, and now I guess like some of the closest people or like my closest friends I actually met through Interact, through these events, and I still do it today. Might not be the same for like doing it for the club, but I do it outside of my own free time too. I feel like that's really inspiring. Alright guys, so that is it. Thank you guys for watching this entire video where we're just eating most of the time. But I hope this answers some of the most frequently asked questions, and I hope you guys feel intrigued to learn more. If you want another video kind of like this or with any other variations, feel free to leave it in the comments below.
Hey guys, remember to smash the subscribe button.
You better smash the subscribe button. Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.